The Aviation Matters bring you all the latest information and events across the country under the Honorable Minister of Aviation on executives, policies, projects, and everything that's related to the aviation transportation industry. Stay tuned.
This week's Aviation Matters will focus on the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA, which was established by the Nigerian government in 1999, responsible for the provision of air navigation services throughout Nigerian flight information region. This includes at the country's 34th towered airports and its 2 air traffic control centers. The agency operational base is at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport and provides air traffic control, air navigation, charting, and consulting services. NAMA also strives to develop the Nigerian airspace infrastructure to a level consistent with the requirements of the ICAO standards and recommended practices. The Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the organization, Captain Fola Akinkutu, talks more about NAMA.
NAMA was established by Decree number 48 with a commencement date of 26th of May in 1999 with the statutory responsibility of providing safe, efficient, effective, and economic air navigation services to airspace users. That is the mandate. So NAMA will just have, Nigerian Airspace Agency, I always refer to NAMA during the conversation, has the primary responsibility and sole responsibility in this country to provide air traffic management services. That's the mandate of NAMA. And we can distill some of these things. Because when you look at what we are supposed to do, provide a safe, effective, efficient, and economic air navigation services, it will not be unusual to have a vision. NAMA vision is to be one of the leading air navigation service providers in the world. One of the leading. Your vision begins to define where you want to go. Mission statement for NAMA. Again, we had to come up with a mission statement that identifies the mandate. And I quote, to provide the NAMA mission statement is to provide safe, effective, efficient, and economic navigation services to all airspace users through the deployment of new technologies and a dedicated workforce. I think we must emphasize new technologies because that requires that we are up to speed with the requirements of ICAO and with world standards. But tools, aids, without a dedicated and efficient workforce, you know where it goes. So that's the NAMA mission.
NAMA offers different services, of which one of them includes air traffic control service, presently referred to as air traffic management. Captain Fola said this is one of the most important services provided by the agency, search and rescue civil-military coordination. The service is the anchor towards the realization of the mission of the agency in the area of safe, efficient, and economic air navigation service provision. The ATCS is the direct medium by which the major customers of the agency access and rate the quality of the service being provided. Air traffic control service is a service provided for the purpose of preventing collision between aircrafts, on the maneuvering area between aircraft and obstruction, and to expedite and maintain an orderly flow of air traffic. Air traffic control service is as old as when air transport became visible in Nigeria. The service, amongst others, is provided by air traffic controllers in all the nation's airports.
What is air traffic management services? I try to think about, we imagine Lagos or anywhere, or Abuja, many years back, not many years, eons back, when we had maybe 1 or 2 cars on the road. they were easy to control. As traffic built up and vehicular traffic built up and human traffic, there was need for control. And as the city grew, he had to now manage the traffic by providing things like traffic lights, lights to monitor, cameras to monitor the situation, so that we have an efficient and well-organized traffic management system. In the air, you can liken the air to about the same thing. Airplanes fly over the skies, helicopters, balloons. How do we ensure that there is order, that there is safety, and there is security in the skies? So, this is essentially what you do when you manage a service, when you manage a system. You take control of it, you manage it in such a manner that you have an efficient and a safe and secure environment, ensuring that rules are obeyed and somebody is there who is monitoring that the rules are obeyed. Somebody is saying, okay, this is your time to take off, this is your time to land, this is the level you can fly. That's air traffic management services.
The Nigerian Airspace Management Agency said it has procured sophisticated search and rescue equipment to boost its aeronautic search and rescue capabilities across the Nigerian airspace. According to NAMA, the plotting equipment include workstations for digital plotting and topographical maps for manual plotting. Communication equipment include very high-frequency VHF radios, high-frequency HF radios, megaphones, as well as search and rescue detected satellite telephones which can work outside network area. The Managing Director of NAMA, Captain Fola Akinkutu, said the agency took steps to procure the equipment in order to enhance its preparedness and efficiency in search and rescue coordinations in the event of any occurrence.
We conduct like a search and rescue. Part of the mandate of NAMA is to provide such services that when we have incidents that require us to look for, identify, search any of our users, we have to be able to provide that service, and we have to be able to not only search but provide rescue logistics in these situations. Nigeria is a nation, a sovereign nation. So, are we the only people who exist on that? Obviously not. Do we trade with other people? Sure we do. Do we have to interact with other people? Sure we do. So just like you have way back in those days, even when camels and animals were the means of transportation, human beings moved using whatever tools were available.
The provision of seamless, safe, efficient, effective and economic air navigation service in accordance with relevant annexes to the Chicago Convention of 1944, as well as the ICAO-driven CN ATM concept, is clearly the fulcrum around which activities of the Nigerian Air Management Agency NAMA revolves, as Nigeria's sole air navigation service providers. The responsibility for ensuring the seamless provision for these safety-critical services is vested upon the Air Traffic Safety, Electronics and Engineering Service Directorate of the agency, which has over the years been supporting and engineering deployment of modern, scalable and flexible technologies to ensure air traffic safety as well as expeditious air traffic management operations. The processes, strategies and activities for the provision of air navigation services by NAMA revolves around the three safety-critical areas of communication: navigation and surveillance, with the establishment of clearly defined systems and operational divisions for ensuring the infrastructuralization of a sustainable, technologically driven and safety-assured air traffic management terrain.
The advent of air navigation, airplanes had to move from one place to the other. But then, this is a sovereign nation. So you do not enter my airspace without my permission. So NAMA grants permission for foreign aircraft for the use of our airspace. So if you wanted to overfly Nigeria, fine. You apply to NAMA, you let us know that you are there. Not only does this provide information that ensures safety, but primarily also security for this nation. So that at least we know who is overflying our airspace, who is coming into our airspace, who is going to land in our airspace.
The managing director also talks about other services the agency renders to help achieve its mission and goals.
A few other things come up in what we do. Provision of aeronautical telecommunication services. We talk not only to ourselves in Nigeria, not only to airplanes that fly in the skies, but how about other nations? How about our neighbors? How about when you go from? So we communicate. And the telecommunication services is, some are fixed, some are digital, but we communicate. And we also provide aeronautical information services to all our stakeholders. We can expand that into, we've talked about the CNS, which is Communication, Navigation, and Surveillance. We've talked about air traffic management systems, which we make provisions for. We make provision for air traffic services. We make provision for aeronautical information services. We make provision for aeronautical communication services. We provide logistics support, and we are the core of search and rescue in this country. We may not be doing all the hard work, but we are the coordinating center for search and rescue. We do airspace planning. We provide aeronautical survey services. So if you build your own airport in your town, you'll invite us. We'll design the airspace for you, so that you know how airplanes will come to your place, how they will land, and the rest of it. Now, we also do aeronautical publication services. Part of the mandate of NAMA that is not that NAMA has not taken control over particularly. I don't know why. But they used to, but I guess with a new age coming, the mandate of NAMA in every airport is to provide intercom telephone services for all users. But with the advent of this, everybody can quickly talk to each other. So I guess it has played down that role. But nonetheless, the role is there. That now, and we have the facilities. So God forbid if there is an incident, we provide the communication network. We do chatting for people, and we provide aeronautical chat services. But I had that finally, but there's one key one that I didn't mention. Whatever we are going to use as a tool of measurement that has limitations, or will give us figures, we have to calibrate the tool. And that is why I said I had left it for the end, because in all the things that we do, and particularly the navigation aids that take us from point A to B, and the navigation aids that provides guidance to land, they have to be calibrated. NAMA provides calibration services for all the nav aids such that what we give is accurate and safe.
As part of efforts towards ensuring airspace efficiency and reducing operational costs to airlines, Nigeria Airspace Management Agency has commenced the implementation of free routing airspace. The agency enjoins airline operators in Nigeria to take advantage of new technologies being deployed by the agency, as these would enhance their operational efficiency. Managing Director of NAMA, Captain Fola Akinkutu, said Nigeria had earlier in October 2021 notified the global aviation community of its intent to commence the implementation of free routing airspace concept in December 2021.
Like I said, to be able to go from point A to B, let's say you are going from here to London, or you're coming from Cameroon and crossing over to Cote d'Ivoire. You go from one aid to the other. You navigate from one aid to the other. What this does, it provides reliable and safe guidance. But technology also has advanced to the point where we could consider shortening these distances. So the concept of free airspace is to provide more direct routings between countries or between aids or towns or cities with one particular aim. The aim is, we have said to ourselves, in providing free airspace, planning and flights, are we going to provide a safe environment? That's the first question. When we are satisfied that, yes, it's safe, we look at the next thing, efficient. For aviation to grow, each sector must be able to grow and expand. Without airplanes, without airlines, there may be no number. So they want to grow more airplanes. Now, more airlines. If we are going to have more airlines, they have to be efficient and economically viable. So we must use every tool that we can to enhance their operations, which is why the concept of free airspace is particularly useful. Shortens the distances, saves the airline money. One of the most expensive aspects of operational costs for airlines is fuel.
Captain Akinkutu also talked about the facilities available at the nation's airport used by NAMA in carrying out its day-to-day activities.
A lot of the tools that we use, like some of the navies, are not in the offices. They are not even some are not at the airport exactly. Some are in remote areas. Specifics at the airport. The control tower is there, which addresses the issue of air traffic management services. They have to be, that is where you communicate. Then we have nav aids. When you want to land in Abuja, for example, we have instrument landing systems there. And it's worth noting that Abuja has a Category 3 ILS system, which in terms of instrument landing systems, is right at the top of it. We have VORs, digital VORs, which again are navigation aids. And to provide, I'm going through the CNS, to provide, so we've covered communications in the control tower, we've covered navigation in terms of the aids, landing aids that are at the airport, and the surveillance. The common coin word that is used in Nigeria is tracker, but actually it's the radar. The radar scans the skies and says information that interrogates objects flying in the sky, and we can determine their position and their altitude. So Abuja, for example, has radar services which are manned and by controllers, provided by engineering team and support, and we're able to monitor the skies and provide surveillance. So in terms of our core equipment, yes, but of course we still have human beings who need to manage the system. We have offices, we have computers, we even have monitoring systems in some of our offices to be able to, for example, the AIM, when it is finished, we have something at the headquarters where we can monitor the status of these equipment.
It will be recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari in 2017 approved the appointment of Captain Fola Akinkutu as the Managing Director of the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency. Captain Akinkutu is a seasoned transport pilot, flight and aircraft maintenance engineer, airline chief executive, and trained aviation industry regulator. To this, he gave an update of his success stories as the head of the agency from the time of appointment till date.
So when I got into NAMA, it only good for me to look at what is on ground, because for you to build on what is on ground, you have to assess what is on ground. So we went through that, and we found out that some of the equipment had either become obsolete, or in some cases were not there. So, and then we looked at, again, like I said, on the CNS aspect, our communication facilities were not at their best. And there have been complaints from our users about communication. So we went into acquiring radios to improve our communication. For example, in Katsina and Zaria, we provided the air traffic, the control towers with modern facilities. We looked at, like I said, I talked about the AIM and the accelerating VHF radios. We also looked at, okay, what if? What if Abuja Tower, for some unfavorable reason, became momentarily decommissioned? You know, God forbid if there's a fire or something. What happened? So, to address that, the government provided, and we provided, 2 mobile towers, brand new towers, that they are mobile. They can be moved from one place to the other, and they have the full capability of a control tower. 2 have been delivered, 2 more are on order, and we already had 2. So, by and large, when all this is in place, it means that we can, or we have provided for incidents that we hope do not happen, but we are planning. So we have achieved CNS. We have provided for communications. We have done well for navigation. We are improving our surveillance capabilities. We have improved our air traffic management system. But in every human endeavor, what is at the core of it? Man. Without skilled manpower, equipment is, excuse my language, useless. NAMA, since 2017, has engaged in training vigorously.